Boom. All right. Good morning. We are back again. Day number 4. It's breakfast time. So let's get into it. Workout. Check. Breakfast. Right here. Check. We're gonna try and power through this quick. I have to make it over to the auto shop in about a half an hour. Yikes. So took a little bit longer on some other things. What were we talking about today? Habits. So part of my whole journey is that I need to create new habits for me. So the reason that I'm so big on your screen right now and there's nothing in the background is that there actually is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how long it takes to form a habit. This top one says 18 to 254 days, on average 66 days. That actually seems pretty on the spot. A lot of these things say 21 days, and that's probably for a basic habit. The things that you do before work, or getting your kid to brush their teeth, something basic. Some of the longer habits are obviously going to take, or some of the harder habits to give up are going to take a lot longer. Because I can tell you, after 21 days of not smoking, I still wanted to smoke. Mind you, I quit about 6 months ago, but it wasn't until it probably took 3 or 4 months before I was truly just like, oh, I'm good. I didn't even think about it anymore. Up until that point, though, I was like, oh man, some nicotine would be great. But that was a habit that I needed to change. So we're looking at this 18 to 254 days. Yeah, that seems about right. But what the purpose of going through this is that me making these changes, I need to know this information because I need to know that after 21 days, I might not be done forming that habit yet. After, the first 7 days is the hardest. Might be true, might not be. I don't know. Probably is true. But that's not the end. That's not the finish line. The finish line is forming the habit, making it to the point where you do it without thinking about it, putting that action on autopilot. So when I wake up one day and this all happens just automatically and I don't have to tell myself to go do these things, then I have a habit. Now that might take a while. So that said, we're going to go through the first 7 days every day. After that, next week we're going to take it probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll take the weekend off. Actually, I think we're taking the weekend off this weekend. So yeah, there won't be any posting this weekend, but Monday we'll be back. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That'll give me a little bit more time. The videos probably will go more towards the 15-minute mark than the 10-minute mark. But basically, that change is happening sooner than later so that I can form my habit. If there's a video that's out of the cycle, it's probably because there's something important that needs to be said, or I'm struggling and I need to keep tabs on myself. So I'm going to make a video and I'm going to put it out for you guys to let you know that, hey, I was struggling today, so I needed to put a video out so that I could keep myself in check. This is the critical part right here is making sure that in the habit forming phase, we're going to relapse. We're going to slip. But we got to get back up. There probably will be some days where I don't get up and work out. But if it happens one day, I need to make sure it doesn't happen the next day. I need to do everything I can to keep this cycle going, to form this habit, to make sure that I can create and maintain this better me that I want. So, in the spirit of that, I'm bringing habit forming to you. It's not impossible. Anybody can create new habits. You just need the motivation. We talked about motivation last time. You need to find it. That motivation, like find some way to remind yourself. Write it on the mirror. Put it in a notebook. Set alarms for yourself that pop up and say, and give you a visual reminder of why you're doing this, why you want to make this change. That's going to make the most impact. My change, my motivation is like I want to make this change for me, but I also have external motivation. She's 11 and about yay high. And yesterday when we went to the store and we got some stuff and we made brownies last night. It's the first batch of brownies. She couldn't have been happier. I couldn't have been happier. That's where my change needs to be. Every step that I take is in the direction of making her happier and our lives better. That's how I know that my habits are going to work. That's how I know that my plan to be a better me is going to work. Find your motivation. Create your habits. Don't forget to remember these numbers. 18 to 254 days, average of 66. The fight is never over. Just because, even after you've created a habit, once it is a habit, there are going to be times where you don't do it. Well, don't make a habit of not doing it. You have to remember that the habit you're creating, you have to remember to do it even after it's a habit. Even after it's on autopilot, there's going to be things that come up and you're not going to do it for a day. And you're going to slip. You need to go back and do it the next day. I need to. So, I'm going to cut this one short. Looks like we're about 7:45. But definitely habits. It's going to be the key to success here, is creating habits, creating good habits. So, find your motivation. Have a good day, everybody.